and speed, the battle is tight. Who will rise in the heat of the night? The finish line's near, we're on the edge. Who's taking the crown? Who's falling off the ledge? Mudflies enter screen. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. So thank you again for tuning in tight. BobbethTV, where we live the fight. The engines may cool, but the legend will grow. Till next time, welcome back to the show.
What is that? Ah, the championship thing. There we go. All right, BobbethTV is live. You know what that means. I'm a little bit underprepared and over-confuddled as we get ready for Lanier National Speedway. We are back with the regular racing season of the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. We're going to start off the night with the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks. Then we're going to move over to the KP Plumbing Dirt UMP Modifieds. And that will be our viewing pleasure for tonight. Looks like about 4 minutes left in practice, and we'll get down to the track, see how everyone is going time-wise. Who's here? Who have we got? Let's have a look. Let me just get some of these. Some of my little buttons in the right order. There's the 8, Brett Vanderwood in the pits, currently 5th quickest. Just got to try and get down onto the track. Here we go. So we've got about 22 cars registered for today's race. This one is going to be massive. We can see everyone from Josh Roberts, Chad Putterbolt, John Bennett, Chris Sanders, Brett Vanderwood, Mike Davis, Mike Benitez, Brian Angel, some new drivers, Hayden Henthorne, Kelly McKellen's there, Jonathan Foxworth, Alan Hunt, Jason Wooldridge, Wayne Bridges, Travis McDonald, Mikey Bix, Devon Mead, Tim L. Brown, Tina Davis, Leo Giacondo, Richard Jackson, and Mike Butler. Tina Davis is back. If anyone remembers Tina, she won our last Enduro race. Ex-partner of Mike Davis, Mad Dog. Minty VR50 in the YouTube chat. Hi, how's it going? Who are you here to watch, my friend? Let me know, and we'll make sure we get them on our screens. We don't have any race sound, though. Why not? What's broken there? We don't seem to have my monitor output. There it is. There we go. Bo Caro for the like as well over at Facebook as Kelly McKellen with the share. Thank you, boys. Appreciate you all. Let's try and get back out onto the track here. That man there, our grassroots racing series champion. We just finished up 11 weeks of racing for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. 5 races over 3 days. Overall points champion. That man right there, Travis McDonald. So he will definitely be looking to come out swinging. That coffee is still way too hot. Holy crap. Now, if I sound a little bit congested or a bit sore, I know I was speaking back during the grassroots. I had a bit of a flu now this weekend. I've somehow burnt or scratched the inside of the top part of my mouth. One half of it is all swollen and yuck, and it's caused me some immense pain with the teeth and with the swelling and stuff. It's not so bad right now. It's pretty cool of a morning where it's a bit subdued, and I've got some anti-inflammatories on the way, but was tremendously bad pain last night. You go to bed, I think I couldn't get to sleep about 4 o'clock, so I apologise now if the broadcast gets weird. Excuse me. Now, I think I saw something working earlier, and I just want to have a look and see if I can get it to work again. No. Okay. Ooh, I just realised we've got that logo there. That's Robert's Electrical Dirt Street Stocks. It's now the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks. We'll just get that logo off, but just for the ease of use. Doesn't have a track map here either. Let's check that out. All right, quad practice is done. Qualifying is out. 3 minutes. I think 2 laps, out lap, and then the timer lap. There's Chris Standridge, one of our first drivers out on the track for this new season, qualifying here at Lanier National Speedway. Oh. Make sure the interview channels are working it correctly. This is 92 of Wayne Bridges. 92 is Wayne Bridges, Bob. Wake up. It hasn't been that long since you've seen these guys' numbers on the screen. Brad Hunt over at Facebook. Thanks for the like, brother. Appreciate you. A lot of cars here today. This is going to be, I reckon, for 3 heats of 7, maybe. But this is a very healthy competition count right here. Oh my gosh. A little bit of pain here, folks. Sorry about this. Actually have to cancel a show last night, so there was no 420 Austin at Racing League V8 Supercars, so apologies for that. I know there was a few disappointed people who really wanted to watch that race, but I tried everything I could to get the swelling down last night, but of an afternoon, evening, it is at its worst. This was contemplating taking a hospital, but no, I'm pretty something like that. All right, 20 qualified. Tina Davis and Leo Giacondo still to come. Chad Putterball, quick time though, 15.591, 15.665 and 15.745 for our top 3. Travis McDonald and Hayden Henthorne. John Bennett and Mike Davis. John Bennett is back. He'd had some computer troubles throughout the racing season for the Grassroots Racing Series and wasn't able to battle. Did start off quite strong. So it was always going to be in the competition, so that was a shame. But he is back, and he assures us his computer is good to go. All right, heat 1 is lining up. It's 6 cars. We still might get 4. We might get 4 heats here today, guys, for the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks. Now, Chad Putterball on that front row. Mike Davis will be on that second row. So we get down to the track there. Josh Roberts and Mike Moniz on that second row. Sorry, I did say that. Tina Davis and Wayne Bridges on that third and final row. Heat 1 is up. Let's get this one underway. All right, Pace Truck has left the track. We can just see Barney's legs. He's got to wave at that green flag. Get this race started. Here we go. Our official racing season for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League back underway. Whoa, that is a terrible camera, Bob. Josh Roberts, Mike Davis, Mike Moniz, Wayne Bridges, Tina Davis. We are off and racing. 5-lap heat races here. Oh, Mike Davis and Mike Moniz getting quite close and they're door to door. Some of these cars look very new and shiny. Josh Roberts says, well, welcome back, Josh. He is vying for this title for the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks. Used to be called the Roberts Electrical Dirt Street Stocks. That's why that logo is still there. I forgot to get that one replaced. My bad. Alright, white flag lap. We're going to get back up to Chad. And I just realised my track map is not working properly, so I'm just going to try and quickly fix that while we're here. That should fix that. One way to find out. We'll jump over to our Heat 1 results as they're in the bag. We know that Tina Davis finished in 6th, Wayne Bridges 5th, Mo Digging Mafia's Mike Davis 4th, Mike Moniz for Team Southern Sim Racing in 3rd, Josh Roberts for J&J Motorsports in 2nd, but Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Putabol is our Heat 1 winner. He will be our very first pole position starter in this new competition. Grid for Heat 2 though. It's going to be Travis McDonald and Jonathan Foxworth on that front row. Grassroots Racing Series champion versus B-Main Bandit. Then we've got Mediocre Racing and Yoda Outlaws drivers Von Mead and Brett Vanderwood on that second row. Leo Giacondo and Tim L. Brown will be on that third and final row. Kelly McKellen in the chat. Hey, brother. Happy start of the new season day. Brian Angel Sr., the Iron Man of the competition. There he is. Hey, Bob, good luck, everyone. Good luck to you, my man. Good luck to Yoda boys. Green flag pace car has left the track. We are off and racing. Brett Vanderwood, fellow Yoda Outlaws driver. Jonathan Foxworth, Travis McDonald up ahead of him, behind him, Von Mead, Leo Giacondo, Tim L. Brown. Brett Vanderwood. That is still the back three. 4 to 6 is Von Mead, Leo Giacondo, Tim L. Brown. This is the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stops. Our opening round for the new Knuckleheadz iRacing League's racing season. White flag is out. Grassroots Racing Series champion Travis McDonald is going to get that first front row start outside pole position. Right alongside Chad Putterball. We've got 2 more people to decide on the second row. Let's get to our official results. Though we know Leo Giacondo finished in 6th, Tim L. Brown 5th, Mediocre Racing's Von Mead in 4th, 3rd, Brent Vanderwood for Yoda Outlaws. The B-Main Bandit in 2nd, Jonathan Foxworth, and then Travis McDonald, the Grassroots Racing Series champion, in the victor position. All right, grid for Heat 3. Hayden Henthorne and Chris Standridge, that will be the front row. Jason Wooldridge and Mikey Mixer, second row. Richard Jackson on that third and final row. Let's have a quick look at something. Entries. There's Jason Wooldridge Lee, I guess. Lockman knees. Good luck out there, brother. Good racing earlier. We are off and racing. Hayden Henthorne. Looks like he got a little bit wide there. Went up the track. Up into the wall. Caution is already out. Let's have a look. I can't see what might have caused it. I wonder if maybe we had a start jump. Let's get back to the start and see. Yeah, it looked like Hayden might have just really gone a little bit early. You guys to the league. Not sure of exactly what we expect of our the drivers. Well, our drivers, it's not my league. I say that like it's my league. Looks like we're just going to get that restart going again. With the Dynaco 615 machine. Just a lot eager to get that race started. Some leagues do let you start from about the middle of 3 and 4 as you're coming out of 3. And that is, I guess, what Hayden thought was happening here, whereas we go on the green flag, which is what we've done. That is going to massively shorten this third heat race. Actually, probably going to work in Hayden's favour. Only going to be a couple of laps to try and fend off a driver. Jason Wooldridge and Hayden Henthorne get into contact with each other there. Chris Cedar is going to try and come around the outside. I'm not sure there's going to be enough gap there, but he might have enough speed to get this one done, Chris Standridge. Let's have a look here. Can Hayden get that car a little bit wider? Sets early. Chris wasn't able to set that car. They're going to come out of 3 and 4 for that white flag lap race to the finish line there. It looks like it's actually Jason Wooldridge that scored that second spot in that very shortened yellow flag heat 3. Results are as follows. All right, Nerdherd Racing's Richard Jackson. Nerdherd Racing's Richard Jackson in 5th. Mikey Mixter 4th. Outcast Racing driver Chris Sandridge in 3rd. Jason Wooldridge in 2nd, and Hayden Henthorne, Triple H. Hayden H. Henthorne is our winner of Heat 3. Our last heat for the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks. John Bennett, Kelly McKellen on that front row. Alan Hunt, Brian Angel, second row. Third row is going to be Mike Butler. If you remember the Knuckleheadz iRacing seasons, normally the Dirt Street Stocks the end of the Racing Week's event, but starting the Racing Week off with the Street Stocks this season. So yeah, getting the best out of the way first and then racing our way through the rest of the seasons. Alright, here we go. Pace cars left the track. The boys are about to start. John Bennett, Kenna McKellen, Alan Hunt, Brian Angel, Mike Butler. Alan Hunt, Kelly McKellen, that's the three. Brian Angel and Mike Butler round out the remainder of this field. 72, Alan Hunt doing everything he can to keep Kelly McKellen, Brian Angel behind him. Brian Angel's car looks amazing. The amount of rust and stuff. We're talking about how shiny and new these cars look. And then you see Brian Angel's car there. That looks great. I love it when they put a bit of effort into it, that sort of style as well. Oh, finish there, the complimentary crash into the corner. Let's get those results up. About to head on over to our feature race, small little warm-up feature portion first as we get through our results. So Yoda Outlaws, Mike Butler in 5th, Modig Murphy's Kelly McKellen in 4th, Yoda Outlaws, Brian Angel in 3rd, Alan Hunt 2nd, and J&J/BAM Motorsports driver John Bennett in 1st. All right, warm-up is done. Our first of two main events. We've got the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks up first. 35 laps here at Lanier National Speedway. Ow, ow, ow. But after that tonight, we do also have the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds as well. So still a bit of racing to come. All right, on the front row here tonight, Chad Putterbond, Travis McDonald. Second row is going to be Hayden Henthorne and John Bennett. Josh Robertson, Jonathan Foxworth on that third row. Fourth row is going to be Jason Wooldridge and Alan Hunt. Mike Menez and Brent Vanderwood on that fifth row. Sixth row is going to be Chris Standridge and Brian Angel. Seventh row, Mike Davis and Vaughn and Mead. Callum McKellen and Mikey Mixer on that eighth row. Ninth row, Wayne Bridges and Tim L. Brown. Richard Jackson and Mike Butler are on that 10th row. 11th row is Leo Giacondo and Tina Davis. Von Mead, let's get him up on the screen there, has not taken the field. Just the 22 cars. Let's too far back, Bob. There we go. Let's get onto our proper starting screens. Good luck, as Brian said in the chat earlier, good luck everyone. Racing is about to start. 35 laps, Lanier National Speedway, the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks. Chad Woodwell, Travis McDonald, John Bennett, Hayden Hempel, Jonathan Foxworth. That's the 5. It's going to get confusing if we try and go any deeper because there are 20 cars in this race. Who didn't take the track? Or maybe our leader was only designed to show the top 20. Let me double check that. It is. Okay, let's make that out to 25. There we go. Right, so that 5, as we said, Chad Woodwell, Travis McDonald, John Bennett, Jonathan Foxworth, Hayden Henthorn. 10 is Josh Roberts, Alan Hunt, Mike Meese, Jason Woodridge, and Chris Standridge. The 15, Brian Angel, Brett Vanderwood, Kevin McKenna, Mike Davis, and Mike Meese out. The remainder of the field: Wayne Bridges, Richard Jackson, Tim L. Brown, Mike Butler, Leo Giacondo, Tina Davis. Oh, I should get that. About a fifth of the way into this battle, and a lot of cars, 21 of them to be exact. Currently just inside the top 5, the 42 car. Josh Roberts is our top 5 driver. You see Jonathan Foxworth just ahead of him in 4th. Behind him though, Mike Meese, Hayden Henthorn, Alan Hunt, they are all there waiting to take advantage of that top 5 spot. BobbethTV logo on the back of Josh Roberts' race car there. Appreciate your support, brother. Of 35, racing our way through this Reece Monuments dirt street stock competition. Go backwards. Tina Davis 21 in at 20th of 16. Leo Giacondo, Mike Butler, Tim L. Brown, Richard Jackson, Brett Vanderwood 15 to 11. Wayne Bridges, Mikey Mixer, Kellen McKellen, Mike Davis, Brian Angel 10 to 6. Alan Hunt, Jason Woodridge, and Chris Standridge, Hayden Henthorn, and Mike Meese, our top 5. Josh Roberts, John Bennett, Jonathan Foxworth, Travis McDonald, and Chad Woodwell is our current race leader. There. Joys of the US iRacing server. Just up front, Chad and Travis are battling at pole position up there. Let's check this out. It's Travis down at low, Chad up high. They might also be coming up on lap traffic of Tina Davis there, so that could be interesting. Let's try and get a little bit wider so we can sort of see the action play out. Tina Davis staying down low in 3 and 4 so the boys can race on by. Great effort there. John Foxworth, John Bennett back there in 3rd, 4th, Josh Roberts 5th. Travis settled in to that race lead. Now Chad's fallen about a half a second behind him. Not that far screen-wise, but half a second is a lot of time on a racing track. Let's get back around the rest of the track, see what everyone else is doing. Well, we still have about 13 laps to go in this 35-lap main event. It's the opening round of the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's regular season. This is the Reece Monuments Dirt Street Stocks. Sorry, here at Lanier National Speedway. We are up next with the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds as well. There's still plenty of racing to come. Mikey Houston, normally the 77, but 13 today. 7-615, a little bit of contact there. Brian Angel and Hayden Penthorne. Crazy. What happened to Von Mead? He qualified at about 14th spot, but did not take the field. Oh, that might have been like the second heat, the last place or something like that, or maybe even first heat, last place. About 8 laps to go. It's a bit under 8 minutes into this race as well, so well and truly ahead of schedule. We might have to waffle a little bit in the conversation stakes. Just a handful of laps remain to get back up to our leader. Just a moment, apparently. It said leader. Why is it not on the leader? It's not on the Foxworth still. Jesus. I'd wait for it to just automatically jump. Normally it would climb up the grid a bit and get to the leader, but apparently not today. Oh, it looks like something happened to Kelly McKellen on that second last lap. He jumped straight to the pits to avoid a caution. Good on you, Kelly. Unlucky, but good on you for not interrupting the race. As we get to the white flag, we will have a finish here. This one is in under 10 minutes, this feature race. 21 cars, 35 laps, less than 10 minutes of racing. Travis McDonald gets the job done, carries that momentum over from the Grassroots Racing Series into our regular season racing. Results up now. There we go. Let's go through those. Oh. Can I make the results show more? No. Okay. So we started the other end. So we're going to hit Von Mead for Mediocre Racing. He did not take the field, so he'll score in at 22nd. Tina Davis in 21st. Our 20th place driver was Modig Maffia's Kelly McKellen. Then we have Leo Giacondo in 19th. Yoda Outlaws driver Mike Butler in 18th. Tim L. Brown and Mikey Mixer 17th and 16th. 15th, Nerd Herd Racing's Richard Jackson. Wayne Bridges in 14th. Mo Digging Mafia's Mike Davis in 13th. Hayden H. Henthorn, Triple H in 12th. Brent Vanderwood for Yoda Outlaws 11th. Our top 10, Alan Hunt. Team at Southern Sim Racing's Mike Mees in 9th. Jason Woodridge in 8th. Yoda Outlaws driver Brian Angel in 7th. Chris Sandridge for Outcast in 6th. J&J Motorsports drivers Josh and Roberts and John Bennett in 5th and 4th. The B-Main Bandit Jonathan Foxworth in 3rd. Chad Putterball, our Dirt Warrior Racing driver in 2nd. But our winner here tonight, the Grassroots Racing Series champion, is going to carry that momentum into the regular season and pick up his first victory. Travis McDonald. Just trying to get my little screenies ready. All right, now just before we jump in, I'm just going to grab some of these peels from the boss lady. So I can try and be ready for the second race. She's good in the Twitch chat. Howdy to yourself, brother. Thanks for tuning in. We're just in the middle part of the race. We just finished our Reece Monuments Dirt Street Stocks. We're just about to jump into the chat and have a bit of a chat with our winner. Thanks for the follow. Also, Matthew 354. Appreciate you, brother. All right, let me just take these pills. I shouldn't have chucked all 4 of them in my mouth at once because with the swelling, there's not a lot of room in there. Ow. And yeah, so sorry about that, guys. I'll get my shit together soon. All right, we're going to jump into the winner's booth. And like I said, this man started front row with a win in the second heat. A lot of cars, so a lot of heat racing to get done to get that grid sorted. But carrying that momentum of being the Grassroots Racing Series champion into the first round of the regular Knuckleheadz Racing Cedar Series. Congratulations, Travis. You've taken out the Reece Monuments Dirt Street Stocks opening round here at Lanier National Speedway. How was it? Awesome car count, by the way.
Yeah, it was a good car count. Quite a few cars. Yeah, it was a pretty good race. We got into the lap traffic a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of slowed Chad up. I kind of seen it was going to happen, so I kind of tried to play to get around him in that position. That way I wouldn't have to work any harder. Then as we got back in the lap traffic, I was worried he was going to get me. Then I thought, you know what? I kept watching the cars and like a lot of them staying down low to middle. I'm going to try the high line. And the high line kind of came in towards the end. If you could hit the bottom, it was probably just as fast, but it was pretty racy there towards the end, honestly. Or if you ran the bottom or the high line. High line, you had a lot more straightaway speed, but
Yep.
you could get a little out of corner speed if you run the bottom just right.
Yep. And I did see that, so I did notice that there was a bit of a challenge going on. The relative was ticking over back and forth. And so we jumped up, we had a look, and yeah, you were sort of, I guess, uncharacteristically down on the lower side of that race, but you got it to work out for you, got it to pay off, and once you were sort of able to get back to hitting your normal marks, it went from, say, a 3/10 to over half a second sort of gap between yourself and Chad, ultimately 1.2 seconds. You were able to sort of get it out to. So, no, it was a great race, a lot of good competition. Josh Roberts looked like he was going to be strong in the middle there as well. We had a new driver. I've been affectionately calling him Triple H, Hayden H. Henthorn. And it looked like he was sort of just, I guess, once he settles in and knows what you guys are capable of and what he's capable of doing with you guys, I feel like he's going to be a very competitive driver. Unfortunately, sort of fell back through on debut down to 12th. But no, and Jason Woodridge as well, another guy on the track for, I believe, the first time this season. So, yeah, there's been a good competition. I think we've got everything we expected out of the opening round. It's different. Not different for the sake of it, but it is different so that it is competitive. Obviously, we're starting off with the street stock instead of finishing off the week, things like that. We've drawn in a bunch of new drivers. We're still getting, I say we, like I've got any control of this. You've got all the car count and all the people still coming in. I guess as a league sense, not just as a winner of this race, Travis, you got to be feeling pretty happy with you boys. Got to be feeling pretty happy with yourself at the moment.
Oh yes, I mean I was really amazed with the car count, and I mean, heck, we went 35 laps, no
Yeah.
caution at all.
No
I
caution,
mean,
yeah.
that-
There
the
was
first
a
race, you know.
there was a potential for one midway through, I think about 31, 32. But Kelly McKellen got that car to the pits as quickly as he could and avoided that pit. I think you guys got to the white flag just in time afterwards. But yeah, no, amazing. It was the main event was 9 minutes and 33 seconds.
That was awesome. I mean, it seemed a little longer, I guess, because I was up there concentrating and trying to pull off a win. But I figured Chad might. I mean, I thought Chad had it, and I started watching my marks and started hitting them, and I was like, dude, I'm reeling him in. Then after I got around him and started hitting him again, I was watching relative like you were. Like I pulled from him pretty hard, and I was trying to watch see when he was getting in and out of lap traffic. I thought, well, maybe it's lap traffic. Then I got looking. I thought, no, I'm just marks are working. Then once I started getting back in lap traffic, he started gaining on me again. I noticed he closed back in. Once I think he come on the inside of me and seems like 1 and 2, but
Mm.
I blowed past him on the straightaway. I had so much momentum.
No, definitely did. Now we're going to jump on over very soon to what I like to consider a late model track, but we're going to do the KP Plumbing Services UMP Modifieds over at Cedar Lake Speedway. Now I know with the modifieds from my own personal experience and with Cedar Lake, you've got that dip in one that can be a bit of a problem. You've got the little bit of bouncy line on the low line of 3 and 4 where that front left will basketball. It will bounce its way through the corner and it sometimes can be a benefit to you. Sometimes it can be an absolute hindrance. What sort of things are you looking at there to sort of avoid? What are you going to do in practice to sort of try and set that one up for a back-to-back?
I'm going to try my best to watch that bump in the corner and see if I can figure out a line below it or above it that would make you smoother. Because that's sometimes on this track, that's what makes or breaks you on this track here in that corner. It's kind of tricky.
No, it is one of those things where, it like you say, can make or break. There were a few. They've obviously improved the track. There were a few other issues with it that sort of made your options a bit limited. You couldn't come into one a bit higher because that wall would grab you, things like that. But I think my interest in this next race is going to be car count. If we can keep the car count, well, I think our average with you guys is around 12 to 15, 12 to 17. So I think
Right.
if we can get that 17 car count on Cedar Lake with mods, or more, similar to the dirt street stock, it is going to be an absolute blast. It's going to be white knuckle
Oh,
action.
yes.
I can't wait.
Oh, yes.
Now
I
we've
mean,
still...
I hope the car count stays up. I really do.
yes. I think obviously I think we'll get a couple of, like, I hope Hayden and Jason and that continue on. I think now that we've got guys like John and Josh, Chris, some of the guys that have furniture but haven't been as regular as we would like. That's an extra 4 to 5 drivers on the track. So I think it is going to make the difference. Obviously, we've still got the Shula Racing Series and the Motorway International Limited late models to come up throughout the rest of the racing week, so we won't wish those away. We've got 10 minutes before the session opens for the KP Plumbing UMP Mods, so we'll let you get ready for that, stretch your legs, get a drink, do all those sorts of things. Before we do, though, man, congratulations yet again and running that momentum high coming off of the grassroots. Friends, family, sponsors, who do you want to give a shout out to for making all this possible?
My lovely wife for allowing me to race, and the shop for supporting me on all my buying habits to race, and it's been a blast. I always appreciate you, Bob, for broadcasting for us, and of course John and the guys at Knuckleheadz. We got a pretty good group of guys here, and we all get out here and have fun, and we always put on a pretty good show and pretty good group of respectable guys. So without them, it's kind of impossible too.
That's it. That is 100% correct. And for you guys to continue to grab new people that can just fold into the racing and I know we had that issue in the first heat where Hayden wasn't. Some people have leagues where you can start in 3 and jump that start, get that good run.
Right.
Whereas we go on green here. So once that was reset, that heat. I mean, it was a shorter heat, obviously, but the racing was great. So I think, as I say, as
Yes.
Hayden and Jason sort of settle in, who knows? They may even turn around and go, hey, John Doe and Bob Smith, come over and race this one with us as well. It's a lot of, like just them enjoying it may bring more people in as well. So who knows?
Right.
We might start to see a lot more. All right, man. Well, look, congratulations. Well done on that
you, Bob.
victory. Cedar Lake up next, UMP Modifieds. It's not going to be an easy one, but certainly going to be a fun one to watch. I don't imagine we'll have it done in 9 minutes and 33 seconds like we did with the Dirt Street Stocks. But who knows? We never know until we get out on the track and wait for that checkered flag. So best of luck, man. I have no doubt we'll be talking again sometime soon. As to when, that's entirely in your hands. But we'll keep that seat warm, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you. All right, that was Travis McDonald, our winner here in our first of 2 races, the Reece Monuments Dirt Street Stocks here at Lanier National Speedway. As I said, we've got about 10 minutes until we can jump on over to the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds. So I'm going to throw to the loading screen, the BRB loading screen for a little while. And, yeah, we'll be back. Oh, actually, let me just check my actual BRB screen.
Engines prime, the lights go low. The crowd is roaring, time to go. Thank you for joining, the spotlight's aglow. Welcome to the show, BobbethTV, let's roll. Bob on the mic, the voice of the night, calling every lap under fierce floodlight. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and raw, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tomlin the Terminator, pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudabah, but Chad's on fire. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and raw, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tom Land, the Terminator, pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudabah, but Chad's on fire. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and raw, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. Steel and speed, the battle is tight. Who will rise in the heat of the night? The finish line's near, we're on the edge. Who's taking the crown? Who's falling off the ledge? Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and raw, is tight. Who will rise in the heat of the night? The finish line's near, we're on the edge. Who's taking the crown? Who's falling off the ledge? Mudflies, engines scream. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. So thank you again for tuning in tight. BobbethTV, where we live the fight. The engines may cool, but the legend will grow. Till next time, welcome back to the show. Engines prime, the lights go low. The crowd is roaring, time to go. Thank you for joining, the spotlight's aglow. Welcome to the show, BobbethTV, let's roll. Bob on the mic, the voice of the night, calling every lap under fierce floodlights. Mudflies, engines scream. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tomlin the Terminator, pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudabah, but Chad's on fire. Mudflies, engines scream. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tom Land, the Terminator, pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudabah, but Chad's on fire. Mudflies, engines scream. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. Steel and speed, the battle is tight. Who will rise in the heat of the night? The finish line's near, we're on the edge. Who's taking the crown? Who's falling off the ledge? Mudflies, engines scream. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. So thank you again for tuning in tight. BobbethTV, where we live the fight. The engines may cool, but the legend will grow. Till next time, welcome back to the show.
All right, BobbethTV is back, and you know what that means. One more round of racing to go. Let's get some info up on our screens here so we know what we're here for. Cedar Lake Speedway. New Richmond is the host. KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds is the race. The UMP Modifieds here at Cedar Lake Speedway. They're currently in our practice session. So 15 minutes worth of practice. We'll try and get some good camera angles going here. And yeah, just enjoy the practice session while I continue to have a small break, and we'll be back soon.
escape from back election. This may have turned round in a hurry.
And look at,
I think oh, goodness! No way to escape from back election. This may have turned round in a hurry.
right, practice coming to a close almost. We've got about 3.5 minutes to go. Looks like we've got 19 cars as opposed to the 23 for the dirt street stocks just prior. Jamret in the Twitch chat asks, how many laps is the main event? I believe it's 35. Let me just have a quick squiz. Let's have a look at the info tab. Yeah, 35 laps here at Cedar Lake Speedway with the UMP Modifieds. Wayne Bridges and Travis McDonald out there on the track. Was a champ football quickest in practice with a 13.273. Mel Brown 13.708 is the last of the 13s. 15.285. Tina Davis. Fill up my water bottle real quick and be back in just a moment. We'll get some qualifying action happening. 1 second. All right, looks like we're jumping over to our 3-minute qualifying session. Let's see what order we're going to settle this out in. There we go. '72. That is Alan Hunt, Josh Roberts, Ken McLean, Brett Vanderwood, Mike Manise. They're all out there at the moment. As the times start to come in, I don't think we need the best time. Bob. Here we go, 13.669, quick time, Kent McLean, Brian Angel, Alan Hunt. Looks like there's a couple of 14s there. Wait. Confused. Ah, there we go. I had some weird times going on there. It was I had it set to last times, not best times. But, 16 cars qualified, 19 at Reece for today's race. Was I say too old to? Let's try and get a look. So about too old to race, too old to do it, too young to quit. Can't quite tell. Travis not on the board yet, so we're about to see his times come through. 14.211 is the time to beat. 13.669 is a quick time. 13.840 for Travis McDonald, 7th quickest so far. So Tanner Davis starting rear off field. 13.703, second quickest time on the board. Travis McDonald. He is going to continue that momentum. I knew he would. All right, grid for heat 1. Ready there. Kent McLean and Von Mead front row. Chris Standridge and John Bennett second row. Third row is going to be Jason Wooldridge. All right, one more time around the, well, not one more time around the track, but basically this part around the track. You watch the pace car just race down the front stretch. It's my favorite thing about Cedar Lake. This is the pace truck just absolutely taking off down that front stretch, and we are racing. John Bennett, Jason Wooldridge, the 4th and 5th spots. Chris Standridge got a bit of a gap ahead of the 3rd and 4th place cars there, but not able to close that heat 1 gap between himself and Ken McLean. Track really not having anything done to it yet, so we follow the leader as is pretty much customary in most heat 1 races. I don't have my noise reduction filter turned on, but I don't think it's working. So we get to our white flag lap. And it's that checkered flag. BAM Motorsports will take out heat 1. We'll start pole position in the feature. Where's my results gone? Over here. There they are. All right. 5th place in Heat 1 was Jason Wooldridge. 4th, Mediocre Racing's Vaughn Me. J&J Motorsports, BAM Motorsports driver John Bennett 3rd. Outcast driver Chris Downridge in the 2nd. But BAM Motorsports was Kent McLean. Did work. Only thing we heard was your swallow. Appreciate you, buddy. All right. No, we want grid. Sorry, not race. Grid for Heat 2. Let's get that one lined up. Who are you here to see, Jammer? Let me know, and we'll make sure we get them on the screens. But Travis McDonald, Brian Angel, they'll be on the front row. Mikey Mixter and Mike Davis, 2nd row. Brent Vanderwood on that 3rd row. Heat 2, 5 cars. Let's get this racing action underway. Man, just stumbled in from another French broadcast to just see if they're racing. No, appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. This is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's regular racing this season. They're my more regularly broadcast division league on my channel. Sunday, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday nights American, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday mornings Australian. We also have V8 Supercars and GT3 racing, road course racing, Tuesday and Friday, Sunday, sorry, at Australian nights. And I think we've got one more round of the KMKZ Promotions National Hell Tour coming up Thursday morning. So there's a fair bit of racing on the channel. Oh, the 13 having a bit of a problem there. That is Mikey Mixter, the former 77 car. Teammates Brian Angel and Brent Vanderwood up here, the 7 and the 8 car in 2nd and 3rd. Mike Davis back there in 4th for Travis McDonald, the winner of the Reece Monuments Dirt Street Stocks earlier tonight. He's our race leader in Heat 2 yet again. Sort of a repeat performance for Travis. Brian Angel able to keep that Yoda Outlaws machine ahead of his teammate. Got the coming soon sponsorship on there. Yoda Outlaws boys came into the competition midway through the Grassroots Racing Series last season. So we weren't able to see what they were able to do with a full season's worth of points building, and now we will. And I predict big things for the Yoda Outlaws team as we get to the checkered flag for Heat 2. We are racing our way through this racing day here today. No cautions, or just the one caution in a heat race back in the Dirt Street Stocks. As we get to the results for Heat 2, Mikey Mixter in 5th. Mo Digging Mafia's Mike Davis, Mad Dog in 4th. Yoda Outlaws teammates Brett Vanderwood and Brian Angel 3rd and 2nd. But Travis McDonald is our racing leader here today. The racing leader, our Heat 2 winner. And we'll start on the front row alongside our Heat 1 victor, whose name escapes me right now. It was Kent McLean. Let's get to the grid for our 3rd heat. It's going to be Tim Brown. I'll get my board right. And Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges and Josh Roberts, 2nd row. 3rd row, Tina Davis. One more heat still to go. What was your friend broadcasting, man? Advertise the channel. Who is he? I always like sharing the iRacing love, so yeah, feel free to give him a shout out. More than happy to promote other broadcasters and other channels. Before we go on racing, Alan Hunt, Timo Brown, great start, but Timo Brown, even a better one. As we get to to our more suitable cameras. I don't know, it's like Hanna-Barbera maybe, the animation sort of style on Tim Brown's cars. I think he had a different one, and it was, I can never remember the dog's name, but I do love it. I do love it. 42 Josh Roberts there in second place. He can make these UMPs really work for it. Brown having a bit of connection issues there. Link out hasn't come back yet. He did, but disappeared just as soon as the camera sort of got back on him. Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges, Tina Davis. Carmen Sienna with ABN. She broadcasts a pretty wide range of leagues from open wheel to endurance. Awesome, man. I really do enjoy the. I came into iRacing during COVID and found a team and a group and sort of went racing and league racing and all of that. But helped a mate out who was doing some broadcasting, and then he couldn't continue it, so I took it over, and I've loved it. I've loved it ever since. It wasn't something I ever thought I would do, but I do. I love it. I think it's such a great thing. And there we go. Heat 3 done and dusted. The 72 of Alan Hunt went to send it into the pits, but I think he might have taken out the entrance on the way through. We're just waiting for the Heat 3 results to populate. For some reason they haven't. There they go. Tim Brown. No, other way, Bob. Tina Davis in fifth. Fourth place was Wayne Bridges. Third, I've got the hiccups. Alan Hunt. No, third wasn't. I've got the hiccups. Third was Alan Hunt. Second, Josh Roberts for J&J Motorsports. Tim L. Brown, our third heat winner. All right, the grid for the final heat for tonight. Our last lot of heat racing before our second and final main event is 4-car field. It's going to be Jonathan Foxworth, the B-Main Bandit, alongside Team Southern Sim Racing's Mike Moniz. Mo Digging Mafia's Kelly McKellen and Chad Putterball from Dirt Warrior Racing will be on that second row as we get this last one set up. Who's going to start outside pole, second row back? We'll find out very soon. Jonathan Foxworth, Mike Moniz, Kelly McKellen, Chad Putterball. Let's get to the better cameras, guys. Camera crew having a day off. That's slack. There we go. Sorry. Hydrating. Need to hydrate. For those who didn't hear me whinging about the start of the broadcast an hour ago, I damaged my mouth over the weekend, burned it or scratched it, and my top part of my mouth was all swollen and horrible. So I'm on like all these different pain pills, inflammation pills to try and keep it swelling down because the teeth aches that I get strain. So yeah, in a little bit of pain, but I'll get through the broadcast. Heat 4 is done. Okay, results, because they are lining up quick. There is no warm-up here in the UMP Modifieds. Heat 4's results are going to be as follows. Delaware Racing's Chap Woodaball 4th. Mo Digging Mafia's Keller McKellen 3rd. Team Southern CM Racing's Mike Moniz in 2nd. But B-Main Bandit Jonathan Foxworth has got the job done with a Heat 4 victory. All right, let's get to the grid for our 19-car field here for the UMP Modifieds at Cedar Lake Speedway. This is the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. Kent McLean and Travis McDonald, that is the front row. Tim L. Brown and Jonathan Foxworth, the second row. Third row is going to be Chris Dandridge and Brian Angel. Fourth row, Josh Roberts and Mike Moniz. Fifth row is going to be John Bennett and Brett Vanderwood. Sixth row is Alan Hunt and Kent McLean. No, Keller McKellen, sorry. Von Mead and Mike Davis on that 7th row. 8th row is going to be Wayne Bridges and Chad Puttable. Jason Wooldridge and Mikey Mixter on that 9th row. 10th row by themselves. Tina Davis. We have had a good car count. If we don't count unique drivers, we just count total cars in each race. We had 23 line up for the Reece Monuments Dirt Stocks. We've got 19 here for the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds. That is 42 cars racing over 2 races. For an opening round, that is amazing. Good effort, lads. Well done. Welcome back to regular racing, Knuckleheadz iRacing League. All right, let's see. No cautions in our dirt street stocks. I don't think we'll be as lucky here at Cedar Lake, but let's find out as our racing starts. Kent McLean, Travis McDonald, they are battling out hard as we do get our first caution. So Mikey Mixter might have been the first one to come unstuck in that. Let's have a look. Here's the 13 purple car on the left of our screens there with green in the numbering. Oh, good set, got put up into the wall. Oh, it looks like the 79 unable to avoid that car as well. That's Tina Davis, 36, etc. A couple of other cars getting involved in their own little portions. No, pace truck's going to pace his way down the front stretch, but no, one more time around the track. Not fully lined up yet. Brett Vanderwood, Mikey Mixer, Chris Dandridge, and Keller McKellen all still in the pits, it seems. Cars still on the track. So Chris Dandridge and Keller McKellen about to rejoin the field to make that 17 cars. Brett Vanderwood, Mikey Mixer still in the pits. We are racing. Just a little bit of contact back there in the sort of mid part of the field. Hard to see who that was with this camera. Travis McDonald, Kent McLean, Jonathan Foxworth up the front, but no caution out as quickly as we got that one started. Let's see. Can't quite see where that one was. big start there, big checkup off that start. Look like Ken McLean caught the worst of it. Movie 21, best viewers on streamboat.com. Thank you for that. But no, the best viewers are actually at BobbethTV on twitch.tv. So we don't need you, my friend. We've already got the best viewers around, but we appreciate the support. Thanks for you jumping in, Bot Man. McLean, thanks for the like there, brother. Second race is Ken McLean on the track. Oh, it's something static cats. Let's get to the better cats. This race has got to a bit of green flag racing. Let's refresh the telemetry so we might actually catch the next crash. As we jump inside Ken McLean's car. For those of you wondering why I've suddenly cracked up, it is purely because as soon as I switched, we got that yellow flag coming out. Looks like Mike Benese. We might have reset that telemetry. Looks like Mike already crashed there, but I can't quite see where he did. Oh no, it's just damage on his car. Didn't set in that turn at all, popped him up into the wall. There's our late caution. No cautions in the street stocks. All the cautions have come out. Oh, sorry, one in the heat. So one in the street stocks, and we've had 3. So a total of 4 yellow flags over 2 races. That is pretty damn good. Let's get back up to our lead as we reset this pack. Oh, we're still on the replay screen, Bob. We need to get to our live screen, mate. As we just get there in time and go live with our racing. Travis McDonald, Ken McLean, John Thompson, Brian Angel, John Bennett is the 5. Rob Brown, Christian, Josh Roberts, Alan Hunt, Chad Kroll, 10, Jules, Jason Woodridge, Mike Davis, Callum McCallum, Wayne Bridges, Michael Mixter, 11 to 15, 16 to 19, Von Mead, Ted Davis, Brent Vanderwood, and Mike Manise. Gamer 126. Thank you for the follow over at Twitch. Appreciate you. Should I unfollow now? No, what are you talking about? I haven't unfollowed you. What do you mean? What do you mean? Why would you unfollow me? Caution has come out. But we just have hit 234 followers on the Twitch channel, so thank you so much, Gamer126. Appreciate you. I don't know, because you're Bob. Mate. Calm down. Oh, Bob, I shall say. Well, it's funny you say that's actually my birthday on Friday, this Friday. So another year older. I will officially be 107. So not too bad for an old bloke, but getting there. Yeah, even older this Friday. So feel free to call me out on Discord. So Wayne Bridges still in the pits. 18 cars on the track. Lap 14. Of 35. 9 minutes 33 seconds was the total for the dirt street stock feature race. 35 laps at Lanier National Speedway. We're just coming up on 9 minutes 15 seconds of the KP Plumbing Services UMP Modifieds here at Cedar Lake Speedway, and we are 14 of 35 laps. Actually 107. No, No. 107 was last year. It's 108 this year. Oh, 429 Tim L. Brown getting a little bit loose. No, I'll actually be, oh, a little bit, 48. 48. So I am old. I am getting old. There is no denying that. Another caution has come out. That one looks like it might have been Wayne Bridges, possibly. Let's have a look. I did have it set to crashes, but I was going over to him. The 92 of Wayne Bridges there. The 88 Travis McDonald behind him. It looked like he was going to slide out there, but wasn't the caution. Still doing all right there. Oh, jump scare. Vicky Schuler in the YouTube chat. I'll sing for you. You can sing for me anytime you like, Vic. Yeah, I put that jump scare in because there are actually a couple of legit bits jump scares that a friend of mine likes to use on me, and they scare the shit out of me every time. So I had to put that jokey one in to trick her. So I hope you feel juked by that there, Gamer126. Oh, thanks for jumping in the Discord as well. Harper 32. Oh my God, not Harper. Not Harper from Twitch. No. Hey Harper, how you going, brother? All right, looks like this one's going to be a single file restart as we get this one back underway. It's going to be, let's have a look here. Travis McDonald, Ken McLean, Jonathan Foxworth, Brian Angel, John Bennett, Chris Downers, Tim L. Brown, Alan Hunt, Jack Woodball, Mike Davis, Kellen McKellen, Mike Mr. Von Mead, Brett Vanderwood, Mike Vanese, Tina Davis, Jason Woodridge, and Wayne Bridges. Josh Roberts, unfortunately, 19th in the pits as this one is back underway. Lap 16 to 35, a little bit, actually no, 17, here we go, halfway mark. 17 in, 17 to come at the end of this, a lap. They are tightly packed in that top four there. Travis McDonald, Ken McLean, Jonathan Foxworth, Brian Angel, 7/10 of a second separate them. Looks like the 99 of, oh no, that's the top 10. I thought that was the top 5. I was going to say the 99 there, back there in 5th. That's Mike Davis in at 10th. Alan Hunt, Kellen McKellen up there. It looks like someone might have spun out there. 72 of Alan Hunt. That'll be our latest caution. Gamer126 says, what do you do? Commentary, or you actually play? No, I commentate. So, this is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. So it's a collection of guys from, I think they're all American, possibly Canadian or two, but they're all Americans. Yeah, they race, I call it. And they race 5 races over 3 nights. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday morning Australian, or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday night American. And they race, I commentate, and do an interview at the end. And yeah, I've been with these guys now for about two, maybe 3 years, I think. Yeah, used to broadcast some of my friends' races and stuff like that, because I just have more fun. It turns out I enjoy broadcasting more than I enjoy racing, or I do it better, I guess, is the bit of more phrasing. And yeah, through that, people have just actually found my page, and like these guys, Josh Roberts, the gentleman in 18th, he actually reached out to me several years ago and sort of said, hey, found your Facebook page, saw you racing, quite like it, do you want to come along and do ours? And I did. That was they were called R3 iRacing League back then, and yeah, been with them ever since. Not exclusive with them. I do broadcast a couple of different leagues throughout the week, but these guys definitely my main sort of family, so to speak. We are back and racing a lap 20 of 35. Travis McDonald still our race leader. He was our winner in the Reece Monuments Dirt Street Stocks up earlier tonight, so looking to go back to back here. But Ken McLean and Jonathan Foxworth in second and third, they will be his main competition. As we get this one going, we're going to need some green flag racing if he is going to have any competitions, so the boys can build up a bit of speed. right, lap 25 of 35, almost the final 10 laps to come. We've had a bit of green flag racing action. Travis, we've got our race leader. Kevin McLean second, Jonathan Fox currently third, Brian Angel and John Bennett fourth and fifth. Chris Dandridge, Mike Menez, Tim L. Brown, Chad Putterball, Wayne Bridges. The 6 to 10 as Chad gets caught up in the wall. Mike Davis, Brent Vanderwood, Callum McCallum, Alan Hunt, Josh Roberts 11 to 15. We've got Vaughn, me, Tina Davis. Looks like Jason Woolridge has retired 2 laps down. Mikey Mixter is 3 laps down behind him in 19th, but he will move up as we have plenty of laps remaining as our latest caution comes out. It's going to be 7 laps remaining when we get this one back underway. We'll be lap 29 of 35. Bit of a cautious affair here at Cedar Lake Speedway, but we did expect it. We were spoiled with only 1 yellow flag in a heat race, and that wasn't a crash, that was a start issue. But the modifieds here obviously a little bit more trickier. We spoke about coming into turns 1. Which is this turn here, coming in low. There is a dip, a bump in the road, and coming through 3 and 4, if you're a little bit lower down that mid part of the track, your front left tyre will bounce like a basketball coming through that turn, which does make control a little bit tricky if you don't expect it and know how to sort of handle it. Travis McDonald, they are still battling it out hard. Jonathan Foxworth, B-Man Bandit, is right there. Yoda Outlaws, Brian Angel, as well as John Bennett at top 5. It's still very much within this race. Only a handful of not even a handful, a couple of laps. The 429 is going to get a bit loose. The 20 is going to have to check up to avoid that. He does. As this battle in the middle here, quite intense. Looking at the track map though, Ken McLean still not giving up on that victory over Travis McDonald. Oh, here we go. The it looked like the 72, no, the 92 and the 79 jammed up into the wall, but it looks like they were able to keep it going in green with a white flag lap coming out. We're going to jump up to the front here. They are 3 to 4 wide as Jonathan Foxworth is our race leader. Kent McLean maybe. It's hard to tell. Jonathan Foxworth, the B-Main Bandit. What a victory. Holy cow. More of a fan of F1, not going to lie. I used to be a NASCAR fan because of Lightning McQueen. Still love the movie. Yeah, I came into iRacing. My sister got me into it, technically, back in the COVID days when she's a V8 Supercars fan. She loves watching the V8 Supercars. And because of COVID, they couldn't race, and they were racing virtually in iRacing. And she was like, have you ever heard of it? And I said, nah. So I checked it out, and I'm a big dirt track racing fan. I love dirt track racing. Grew up on dirt tracks. My mum and my stepdad both raced. And so, yeah, came for that and absolutely fell in love with NASCAR. Oh, my God, that is a fun sport. All right, I can't believe it. The B-Main Bandit gets a victory. I'm so pumped. I am so pumped with that result. Oh, no, that's right. That's not what we were going to do. We were going to go back and have another look at that. I want to have another look at it. So we'll go Foxworth. Let's start from here. So this is him passing Travis for second and then making the run on Kent for first. Oh, so Travis got a bit loose. Oh, they had to check up. That's what happened. Ken McLean, looks like Kent got real sideways there as well. Just threw it in hard as he comes around to start the white flag. No, that was the checkered flag lap. But what a finish. That man is going to be very, very happy with himself. Let's get to our results here tonight. Oh, that's the grid. I'm like, why isn't the thing moving? There we go. Jason Wooldridge finished in 19th. 18th, Mikey Mixter. Wayne Bridges finished in 17th. Tina Davis, 16th. Mediocre Racing's Von Mead, 15th. 14th was Alan Hunt. Mo Digging Mafia's Mike Davis in 13th. J&J Motorsports secured the 12th spot with Josh Roberts. Yoda Outlaws, Brent Vanderwood in 11th. Our top 10. Mo Digging Mafia's Kelly McKellen in 10th. 9th, Chad Putterball for Dirt Warrior Racing. Tim L. Brown in 8th. Team Southern Sim Racing's Mike Menez in 7th. Chris Andrews for Outcast Racing in 6th. Our top 5. J&J Motorsports, BAM Motorsports driver John Bennett. Yoda Outlaws, Brian Angel in 4th. Ken McLean for BAM Motorsports in 3rd. Travis McDonald, our winner for the Reece Monuments Dirt Street Stocks earlier tonight, takes 2nd. But the B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth, gets it done with a beautiful reactionary move and taking out the victory. Let's get Jonathan's details up on our screen here. Then we'll get over to the Discord and we'll have a chat to him, see how he feels about that race. All right, started, I think, 4th in the feature race, outside a pole on that second row. And was within the mix of it a lot. Was in the mix of it all night tonight. You really have, just through the grassroots racing series and the series preceding that, John, you've really stepped up. You sort of took on the B-Main Bandit sort of tag, but mate, you are leveling up every race. And tonight, some quick thinking. Some reaction time, got the job done. We were watching, and I don't know if Travis really got too sideways, but I think just that whole checking up for those two, and Ken obviously able to get back on the throttle, but you were able to get around the side of it. Talk us through that. Was it better to be lucky than good, or were you good in that instance? Yeah, it looked. Yeah, definitely. It looked like like everyone was trying to sort of regain advantage or take advantage of what happened just before that. You guys were practically 4 wide, if you sort of count nose and bum sort of crossing over, things like that. So, yeah, it definitely was. I imagine all 4 of you were all sort of sitting there going, all right, which one's going to make the mistake? Let's see if I can pick the right one. And only one of you can. And fortunately for yourself, it was you. That looked like a tough race. I knew at Cedar Lake. I spoke to Travis about it in the Reece Monuments Dirt Street Stock interview. 3 and 4, a little bit tricky with the mods. That front left, you just can't control the bounce. It gets a bit crazy, and if you're not sort of on the ball with the setting, it can cause a few issues. There's that bump in 1 that can really just not allow you to set properly. And we saw that with a few cars where they sort of went to turn in, but that front left just didn't grab it, and then they sort of shot up the track. A lot of cautions. Things like that. Were there any sort of surprises that you had to contend with out there that sort of changed how you raced?
when it's bottom dominant, if you're not below that hole like you're talking about, it's gonna make him for a long race. But luckily, being on the outside, you could kind of be above the hole and turn turn down after the hole and still get in,
Still set
or
it
you
like.
could just yeah, just set it and just stay above the hole and just keep the momentum up.
Now we saw that 3 and 4. The cars sort of stayed a little bit more straight, but yeah, in one, you could see a lot of the cars, some of the cars sort of coming through straight, but then getting a lot sideways, sort of near that apex. Was that sort of that in action? Was that sort of going, okay, I'm going to have to set really late, which means I'm going to have to set it really sharply to sort of make that exit for two? Um, it definitely looked like that for some of the guys, but some of the guys, obviously, if you do that the wrong way, you do lose a massive amount of speed quickly, and I think that was also a concern for some of the drivers.
Yeah, uh, I knew with the cautions coming out, me and Brian kept swapping third and fourth those first two cautions.
Mm.
I knew after the third caution we would go single file. So once I got to third, I was like, okay, I don't care if a caution comes back out because we'll be single file. But I knew if the caution was to come out running fourth, it was going to be hard to get by Brian and Travis and Kent. But luckily the uh, cards went my way tonight. I was definitely a third place car because Kent and Travis are fast. They were going to have to wreck each other for me to win, and we see what happened. But it's going to be a long season.
It is
Fun
no,
too.
it's going to be a long, fun season. Like I said, there's a few guys that I think, as I said in the lead up to your intro, you've sort of you're one of the few, you're one of the drivers that has leveled up over the grassroots racing series, and even prior to that, you're quite a consistent top five, top sort of three podium finisher in a lot of the racing and stuff now, which sort of I guess obviously doesn't help but reinforce the Be Mad at tag, but we use that affectionately, of course. And there's obviously a couple other guys that I was very interested in seeing how they would go at the start of a season as opposed to coming in midway through the grassroots racing series, and that's guys like Brian Angel and things like that. And yeah, I think Travis, Kent, John, Chris, they all do. They have some new, Chad. They've all got some new competition in yourself, Tim Brown, Brian Angel, etc. I think it's not going to be as guaranteed, and these first few races in the opening rounds are sort of essential to get that building block off to a good start. So no, I was very, very happy. I try not to be too biased. Obviously, I jokingly am sometimes, but I could not be happier to see you race past. And I love Ken and Travis. Don't get me wrong. But could not be happier to see you be able to race past those guys and get that victory. It's not exactly you breaking through the glass ceiling. I think you've already done that, but I definitely feel like it's that monkey off the back for sure, and we'll see sort of a lot more relaxed and competitive moving forward. Out of the makeup this season, it's a bit of a weird one. We've got a few different different divisions. We're looking at the wingless series. That's going to be a bit more frequent. Which one's your focus?
Uh, I'm gonna race. Uh, I'm gonna try to race these dirt street stock and limited, and then jump on when I can with the other series. But
Yep.
these are my three main focus. So we'll see. It's all on what the family allows.
Exactly right. Exactly. Yeah. So we know that obviously seat time when you will be here, you're going to do well, but obviously racing, family comes first as always. The wife, partner, girlfriend, better half is the crew chief, and we do what the crew chief says at all times. But now, congratulations, man! It was such a good race. It was pretty much looked like anyone's race. It did look like it was going to be a Travis/Kent battle for the most part, but yourself, Brian, John, Chris, Chad, no one really sort of gave up. It was always going to be decided via the checkered flag, not at the not just by the quickest car. And that's the thing. I did look at that when you were saying how you were a third place car. Looking at the times, Ken McLean 13.85 was his quickest lap. 13.93 for Travis. Yours was a 14.08. But like the drivers say, a lot of the time, Josh Roberts was the most famous one recently. Would rather be lucky than good, because you just never know when that luck's going to pay off. So, congratulations, man! You got that win on the board. You joined Travis McDonald as the first two winners of the opening round of the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's new racing season. I think we run from August till December. So, it is a couple of breaks in the middle. So, it's not 4 months of pure racing. But you're right. It's going to be a long, fun season. I wish you all the best, man. We'll have you in the booth anytime we can. But like I say to everyone, that part firmly in your control. Before we let you go, though, friends, family, sponsors. We've talked about family, but give them another shout out. Who do you need to thank for everything, for making all this possible?
First off, my wife, she puts up with a lot, especially when I get on this thing and the world keeps spinning and I just keep racing, and she handles everything. And Brown Heating and Air, Quick Time Designs, MTR Farms, Matman Designs, and everybody. KHR. I mean, this is a good group of guys. I mean, any given night, anybody that's on the entry list can win. It's not like it's who's going to win every race. I mean, it's a toss-up. So that's what I like about it.
Yeah, it's definitely my favorite.
Yeah, you can be a top 5 car and roll into the A main, and next thing you know, you're running 12th because everybody's just gotten faster, or you find something and be 12th and you're running second. So
yeah. I mean, we can go through that leaderboard.
Good, clean group.
I know Wayne Bridges has gotten a win. Tina Davis, she won the most recent enduro race. Von Mead, Mike Davis, Josh Roberts, and this is all guys that are in the back 10. So 12th, 15th, 17th, 16th. They're guys that are more than capable of, race car drivers. Sorry, Tina. Race car drivers that have all gotten wins within these competitions. Much like Callum McCallum, Chad Putterbowl, Mike Moniz, Chris Standridge, and then you've got the top 5. So it is. Don't give up until that checkered flag, because you could be running 13 for the first 2/3 of the race, and then anything could happen. It's just the way this good old sport that we partake in goes. The race is never over till that checkered flag, and it's certainly not over if someone is consistently leading the laps. We saw that obviously with Travis here tonight. It's still anybody's battle. All right, my man. Look, I will let you go. That is Sunday night, US, Monday morning, Australian. Knuckleheadz racing done and dusted. We've still got 2 more days to go. Tomorrow we have I haven't got the schedule committed to memory yet, so I've just got to scroll over. I believe it's the non-wing series. Yeah, so the Schuler Racing Series, which is sponsored by Team DWR Dirt Warrior Racing in memory of Phil Schuler. It'll be a non-winged racing series that is going to be mad. We're going to start at Eldora, and I believe that's the non-wing 360s in that one. They will race through the various different non-wing variants. And then that's it. And then Tuesday night, so it's only 4 races over 3 nights now this season. And then we've got the limited late models starting off at Kern Raceway. So a couple of races to go, my man. And we'll see you again to the screens tomorrow night.
10-4, Bob. Have a good one, man. Appreciate you, everything you do for us.
All right. Due to the time frame, guys, I'm going to have to wrap this one up nice and quick. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry, my missus is just going stupid over something. I'm just trying to cover that as well. Gamer 126, Harper, everyone that came out, Kenneth McLean, Matthew, Mike Moniz, Brad Hunt, Kelly McKellen, Bro